All right, good morning. So it's like 6 a.m. and I'm just packed up and ready to get moving. It's actually quite smoky in the air right now. I doubt I'll be able to pick it up on camera, but you can really smell the smoke, and it's just like really hazy on the horizon, and just like as you look up above the cliffs, it's quite hazy. So I think at night the smoke kind of settles down a bit, but I think during the day it will lift again and we'll get blue skies. So because the fires are still not crazy close to here. So, and this is where I camped, right near the river. The river's just down there. I thought about camping like kind of closer to the water, but it was kind of windy last night, so this was really sheltered. Also, when I set up camp to go to sleep, there were loads of spiders. This happened to me on the Arizona Trail one night as well, in a similar place with similar kind of vegetation and like right by a stream. And they're like, I don't know what kind of, like daddy long legs or something, just the kind of spider with the small body and the really long legs. And there are just so many of them. Like I'm talking like more than a dozen for sure. And yeah, it's so disgusting. That when that happened on the Arizona Trail, I didn't have a bug net or anything, so they started crawling on me, and I just tried to go to sleep. But this time I have a bug net, so I set up the bug net and I was fine. But yeah, it was bringing back bad memories from that one night on the Arizona Trail. But yeah, maybe you can see the smokiness over there. It's just like quite hazy as you look up at the cliffs. It's very hazy. And so immediately I have my first river crossing of the day. And because it's 6 a.m. it is actually quite cold. So it's definitely going to feel a little bit cold on the feet, but it's not too bad. I already put on wet socks and shoes, so it's whatever. And the smell of forest fire smoke is actually really strong now. You know, hopefully things work out and I'm able to hike all the way from Mexico to Canada, but right now so much of the trail in northern New Mexico is just completely closed, so gonna have to try and figure out what I'm gonna do about that. And yeah, it's crazy to be encountering serious forest fires so early in this trip. You know, in my mind I kind of only really expected to have to worry about forest fires once I got close to maybe like Yellowstone or into Montana, but yeah, like first couple of weeks of a trip already thinking about forest fires. So I'm just briefly off of the Gila River and walking on this road to go to this place called Doc Campbell's, which is where I can resupply on food. So I should be able to buy my food for the next like 5 days here to reach the next place, which is called Pie Town. So yeah, just making a quick stop at Doc Campbell's, and then soon I'll be back down on the Gila River again. And as you can see, it is really smoky around here. So I'm back on the Gila River. I just left Doc Campbell's. From Doc Campbell's, I had to walk on the road for like maybe another 3 miles, so it was like an hour on the road, but back down on the river. And this is the middle fork of the Gila now. So I think before I was on the west fork, and the middle and the west fork kind of split up here. Well, basically the middle and the west kind of join here because I'm going upstream. So I'm going upstream on the middle fork. The east fork is obviously more to the east and close to where those fires are. Yeah, just going up the middle fork for another like 30 miles. And I had a really nice rest at Doc Campbell's actually. I stayed there for about 4 hours. Clean Sweep and Overhill only stayed for at most like hour and a half or 2 hours and then they left. But me and Dread Pirate stayed for a while. So we left together, did the road walk together, and he's close behind me right now. So we're probably going to hike together pretty much to Pie Town, we're thinking. And I think Clean Sweep and Overhill are maybe pushing more miles than we are. We kind of just want to take it easy and just enjoy the Gila a bit and like not do as many miles per day as they are, maybe. We'll see. And I was able to get my full resupply for the next like 5, potentially 6 days to get to Pie Town. But I will say it wasn't great. Wasn't great price as well. It was pretty expensive. Most people send a box to Doc Campbell's, but they have a small shop, not great selection. But I managed to get some like healthier options as well. I actually got some of those like backpacker pantry meals that I'll just cold soak. I got like a spoon to cold soak, to eat them after I cold soak. And I got some like Idaho mashed potatoes, which I can cold soak as well, and some other stuff. Been trying to eat a little bit healthier on the trails, so yeah. Had a burrito at Doc Campbell's as well. You also might notice that I may have not been mentioning mileage as much as I was on the Arizona Trail in terms of how many miles I'm doing every single day. I'm still mentioning it occasionally, but I'm not paying as much attention, honestly. I kind of have gotten tired of like always having miles on my mind, you know? Like I'm just walking and constantly it's like, how many miles to the next town? How many miles per day do I have to do to get there? How many miles to the next water? How many miles have I been averaging so far? How many miles have I done of this trail so far? You know, it's like constantly just like miles, miles, miles. And kind of gotten tired of that and tired of the grind of like seeing how many miles I can do per day. Just trying to like chill out and basically just hike and see where I end up. And, you know, obviously you do have to be somewhat aware of it so that you pack enough food to get to the next town. And also if you go too slowly, you'll just never make it all the way to Canada. But, you know, I just want to chill out a bit and just kind of enjoy where I'm at. So I might not be mentioning mileage as much as I previously was, but yeah. So just been hiking with Dread Pirate for a few miles now. He's just up ahead of me a little bit. And we're planning to stop at these hot springs in a couple miles from here. So we're going to take a break at the hot springs. It's called Jordan Hot Springs. It's right off the side of the trail. So that should be nice. And we were just talking about like how we probably want to go a bit more of a relaxed pace. And so not sure when we'll be seeing Clean Sweep and Overhill again, because they might be getting to Pie Town like the day before we do. So not really sure, kind of depends what sort of pace we go at. But I think me and Dread Pirate are gonna chill out and probably hike together for a few days at more of a casual pace. It's absolutely incredible down here. Now you can see why I was so excited to reach the Gila River. It's incredible down here. I mean, it's just so insanely beautiful. And you know, you're just catching a glimpse of it from this video, but I'm constantly surrounded by these cliffs, and it's so green and lush down here, and it's just amazing. The cliffs are so high and just constantly crossing the river. I mean, it's really, really incredible down here. Yeah. And you know, I bet this video is kind of cool, but I guarantee you, this video is nowhere near as cool as it is in real life. Like, it is amazing down here, absolutely beautiful, with these huge cliffs just like shooting straight up from the riverbed. I mean, it's incredible, and it's so lush and green down here, and it's hard to describe, like, the feeling of being down here, having spent a lot of time just in the dry, barren desert for a long time. It just feels so good to be down here. Oh yeah, and I also should mention that, you know, it was really smoky this morning, but now it's completely clear, blue skies, not even remotely hazy or smoky at all. And I was hoping for that, kind of expected it. Basically, it completely lifted by around 11 a.m. or 12 o'clock. So it was only really the early morning when it was extremely smoky. And I think that's to be expected. You know, at night, the wind dies down and the temperatures drop and the smoky air kind of just sinks into the valley. So the same thing might happen tomorrow morning. It might be really smoky again, but hopefully if it is like that, then it will clear up, you know, by 11 a.m. again. So it's not too bad. And now it's really, really nice. I don't know. I'm not gonna